So now we're looking at one like number 3. How are you going to get these two denominators the same?
Well, you need to multiply 1 by, you need to multiply 7x plus 2 by wait, oh wait, hold on, I just lost it. I have, can you add something to both numerators?
No, you have to, that's a good question. You can't add or subtract to the numerator. You always have to be multiplying.
Multiply x minus 5 by a negative 1. Something like that.
Let me refresh your memory. Danielle, you have a thought?
Can you multiply the first one by negative, never mind.
What were you saying, Chris?
Okay, I think I might have got it this time.
Okay.
Multiply the first one by negative 5 and the next one by 2.
The problem with doing that is your last numbers will match, but then the x's won't match. Because that'll be a 2x and that'll be a negative 5x.
Then
Let me refresh your memory when it was just easy numbers. When it was this, what do we do? When you had a 5 and a 7, to get common denominators, what do we do? We multiply them by each other. You're going to do the same thing here. So in other words, this side needs to be multiplied by x minus 5 on top and bottom, and this side needs x plus 2 on top and bottom. So it gets a little messy here, but I'm going to multiply u by x minus 5 over x minus 5, and u by x plus 2 over x plus 2. Now, don't they have the same denominators? They both have an x minus 5 and they both have an x plus 2. Now they're going to be the same, okay? So step 1, there was nothing for me to factor. Step 2, that's how I'm going to get the common denominators. So now, please watch in step 3, though, because this is a little bit trickier. This first numerator, I got to distribute the 7. So that's 7x minus 35 over the x minus 5x plus 2. Minus. Now I have this one. I'm going to distribute that 4. That's a 4x plus 8 over the x minus 5x plus 2. But now, this, you have to be really, really careful here, because what do you have to pay attention to? What's so crucial in this next step? Well, I'm subtracting this whole thing. You have to subtract the 4x and the 8. It is so common to just subtract the 4x and not the 8. So your numerator is actually going to be 7x. Well, here, I like to kind of rewrite it up top. We're going to do 7x minus 35 minus 4x minus 8, right? Because you have to subtract all of this. So when I'm really combining like terms here, I'm going to get a positive 3x. And then negative 35 minus 8 leaves me at a what? Negative 43? All over that common denominator, x minus 5x plus 2. These can be tough. And now I ask myself, okay, can this be factored? Can I simplify my answer any further? Can I take a 3 out of the top? No, because 3 doesn't go into 43. So I'm done. I can't cancel anything out. That's my final answer. Does that make sense? So try 6 then. 6 is the exact same idea. Let's see if I can get both on the screen at the same time. Yeah, okay. So there's number 6 down here. Go ahead and try this one without me telling you what to do. It's just like number 3. Okay, we got some answers? Maybe? Alright, let's give this a shot. So, if I'm looking at 6, I do not have common denominators. There's not really an easy way for me to get them, so I'm going to have to multiply them by each other, right? So this first one will get multiplied by x plus 7 over x plus 7. And the right-hand one, x minus 3, x minus 3. Is everybody okay with that part? Okay. So now I'm going to simplify each fraction. So the first one, distribute that 2. You get 2x plus 14 over that common denominator, x plus 7, x minus 3. Oh, it's not plus, it's a minus. Minus, over here, 1 times x minus 3 is just x minus 3. Over x plus 7, x minus 3. Okay, so now step 1 is done. Or, I'm sorry, step 1 and 2. Now I want to add or subtract like I normally would. I have common denominators, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the subtraction. So, what you're really doing, I'm telling you, it's helpful to rewrite it. You're really doing 2x plus 14, minus x plus 3, right? Because you have to subtract both of these. So that's how I end up with x plus 17. Did you get x plus 17 in the numerator? If you have x plus 11, you need to be careful because you missed the whole thing that I'm talking about. You have to subtract both of these. And since that's already negative, it turns into a plus. So 14 plus 3 is 17. You would not have 14 minus 3 anymore. So if you have an 11, you got to be extra careful because you're messing that part up. Can I simplify that answer at all? No. So I'm done. What do we think? No, it's not too bad. It's the same idea as when the fractions were easy. When they were just numbers. It's just, okay, so we're throwing in some polynomials. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. I think now would be a good time. Let's go ahead and